doubles guys really not used to playing this format of 5-set tennis, and on the tour, of course, it's no ad scoring, and a match tiebreaker decided 1 set all. And in 3 of the 4 majors, they play best of 3 sets. Only at Wimbledon do they play best of 5, and of course in the Davis Cup.
Yeah. Yes, and all that introduced by the ATP, really, to encourage the top singles players to play doubles, assuming that they might play just because of the extra little bit of prize money there's available to them, and the fact that the matches were bound to be that much shorter hasn't really worked. Got to throw that one up a little low, and thus had to hurry the second serve. What we call hitting it off his ear. Yes, he's just lacking a little bit on that backhand return of serve. It was quite high, it really didn't threaten.
Well, it was that return of serve when they really needed it, with the break points in the 3rd set.
Yes, this is the irony at the moment. Zimonjic matching, Bozoljac making, which was certainly not the case in the 3rd.
Certainly Bozoljac can't miss a return.
Terrific play and a very skillful lob volley, almost casually played by Zimonjic. But again, emphasising what I was saying, we've seen very few lobs. And in this game, it can be a very effective shot.
First juice game of this set. We had only one in the previous set. One juice game in the second set, incredibly 4 in the first. Serving. Standing up behind him. He's now served 10 aces.
Oops.
Bruno Hester.
Shrugged it off. Accurate bit of heading. Well, one hopes that this tie played here in Boise, Idaho, not exactly renowned for its tennis, has done so much for the sport here. A lot of youngsters watching. Let's hope they'll all be really encouraged by it. Because the Americans winning the whole time might help. Needed to avoid it, of course. Had it hit him, it would have been a let. Yeah, that was smart play by the Bryans. And perhaps Bozoljac just a little guilty of not anticipating the fact that there would be a move across.
You remembered that time.
Yeah, and it seems to be part of the beauty is that as the match goes along, he is learning that at times you don't just hit to the open court, because that's very often where the opponents, if you're just going to play straightforward doubles, that's where you're likely to hit, and the opponents, like the Bryans, are going to take advantage. So you've got to keep them honest by going for those lines at times.
Can you take a seat behind the players, please? Quickly, thank you.
Quickly tell you that in Vancouver, the Canadians, Nest and Pospisil have won the first set. It's the Italians, 6-3.
Is there a challenge? It seemed pretty good. Feeling a little guilty, I think, here. Mike Bryan having hit the ball and Zimonjic shrugging it off.
Oh. Well, the freedom that you have when you're 40 love down.
Yeah. 36 shots that were not there earlier on. Well, he didn't have a target really, because Bozoljac was backtracking. by bringing events like this to somewhere like Boise in Idaho. So good for the game, so good for Boise.
You ought to add the word annual, because I think Football World Cup might claim to have more entrants. You think of all the qualifying that goes on in the zones and regions, but of course that's only every 4 years.
Yes, I think there are 160 odd teams, nations. Bozoljac a little flat-footed there in his attempt to reach across. Oh, that was an opportunity. The sort of lobbing I was looking for, particularly against Bozoljac. Trying to move that frame. Yes, there's a lot of him to lob over, but if you can get it up high enough.
Yeah, suddenly the lob becomes a real factor. And Captain Courier senses this could be the moment. It's set point for 2 sets all. And now it's the American team on their feet.
Not to mention the audience.